Yo, what is up, guys? If you're interested in getting coached by me personally, feel free to join my Discord server and DM me directly. Link is in the description down below. I've helped hundreds of players to get to their dream rank, and I can guarantee that I could do the same with you. Enjoy the video. Yo, what is up, guys? It's Sungod here, and today we're gonna be reviewing Canyon's game on US. So right now the MMR is a Grandmaster, and he's gonna be playing against a Viego. So it's a little bit of a 50-50 game. We both have mage controls like in the mid game. We also have Gnar against Warwick, and Gnar is definitely gonna be able to get an edge like early on, but Warwick has better roaming potential, obviously. And bot lane is also 50-50, while Xayah Rakan being an infamous duo, as well as Samira and Rel. So we'll see what Canyon is gonna do this game, but in the early game, Lee Sin is fairly strong against Viego because Viego needs to get like his first clear off, or at least like his first component in order to be a direct threat. And Lee Sin can very efficiently like kite away from the Viego. I'm gonna lower the volume like just a tiny bit so I can hear myself. So he's gonna be playing for blue, and he sees and spots a ward. So right now, like if I'm Canyon, I want to be really careful as I can get invaded like straight from L1, and this is exactly what's going to happen. He's gonna get CC'd by the Rakan. Xayah goes in. Viego does flash and takes the blue away from Canyon. So right now he's already in a really rough spot. So Rel is gonna go see if the Gromp is being taken or not, and Viego tries to go for the Rel, but chances are he is taking the Gromp. So right now, like this is obviously like a really bad start for Canyon, so we're gonna see like what he does to get back in the game. Viego was able to successfully do the late invade, which really cost like Canyon like a lot of time, precisely 1 minute. So he doesn't go for the red immediately here. Why? Because Warwick has prio and Canyon knows this. So chances are if he does decide to go for the red here, Warwick is going to be able to collapse, which is exactly what he does. And Canyon is going to get punished even further because he is level 1. Blue team is trying really hard to punish Canyon here. So obviously, like because Canyon is level 1, he's going to try to get vision onto his red to see if Warwick is going to come on him. But mid gets dove, doesn't die, and he sees that Viego is going towards topside, and Gnar can't move because he has a freeze, so it's a really bad wave state. So Canyon's only choice is to go for the enemy jungle, which is exactly what he does. Warwick tries to go for the dive here, but chances are he is going to die because he doesn't have flash, and he does die. So this is gonna give like a little bit of breathing time for Canyon to do the blue, probably not the Gromp, because now by then they already know that Canyon is taking the top side. So he's still going to be level 2 after the blue, but he's going to try to play for Scuttle. And Rel is able to move successfully onto top Scuttle, which is a really good move by the Rel. So now they're going to be playing for Scuttle. Only bad thing is that Viego is level 3, so he has to respect it. But Canyon has smite. He decides to smite immediately to join back the fight. Viego was bursted down by Ahri, and Canyon slows everyone down. They play it very carefully, and Rel's roam paid off. The problem here is that Ahri is way better in skirmishes like early game. Syndra doesn't really provide all that much. Xayah decides to join the fight, and they get punished for it. So this is such a good comeback from Canyon, obviously, because if he didn't start Krugs here, he would get punished at red. If he didn't go for enemy blue, he wouldn't be able to get level 3. So this comeback here really puts him back into the game. So now he is at the same level as Viego. Viego is going to have like a little bit of an advantage though in terms of tempo, because Canyon got 3 camps including the Scuttle, but Viego's entire jungle is up apart from the blue, so that's going to be like a little bit of the downside from this. Samira is 2-0 though, so Canyon decides to go for bot immediately here, as he doesn't want Samira to get punished by the Viego early on. And now we can see that Viego is level 4. Canyon doesn't know that just yet. Decides to stick around to see if they're going to be doing anything crazy onto the Samira, and they don't. So Important takeaway from this is that he was doing Gromp and he just gave it up immediately to go for the skirmish here, and that's because of the nature of Lee Sin, right? As Lee Sin, like, you want to be participating in fights very early on. You want to make sure that every single skirmish you take is going to be like a favorable one. So one thing I don't really understand here is he goes for Dragon like very early on in the game, which is not a play I would personally go for, simply because one, I don't have like a lot of damage, two, I'm very behind because I know for a fact Viego is going to be clearing his camps, and three, Drake doesn't actually give you all that much, right? Doesn't give you like a lot of gold, a lot of XP. You can see that he's still level 3 despite taking an entire Drake. Looks at bot side and sees that Viego does kill the Rel, and he's gonna stick around to see if he can do anything. Chances are they're probably not going to be able to do all that much, except if they use their mobility spell, and this is exactly what Viego is going to be doing. Rakan is already low HP, so they're most definitely going to be able to get something out of this, and they do. Samira does die, but this is really good for Canyon here, as he can get a lot of XP from the wave, and he's going to happily take it. Xayah is overstaying though, because now they can just gank their own lane, and this is exactly what they're going to be doing. I mean, if you're the Xayah here, just staying there for extra minions or turret damage is like extremely troll. Even if you get the turret plating here, you just give back like an advantage, which is really, really bad, of course. So now he's gonna back, being 4-0-1, and it's really impressive to see like how he came back in the game. He was able to read perfectly Warwick roaming onto the reds. Viego, even though he invaded the canyon, he was able to successfully take away his blue, play for level 3, and play for the skirmish, which is Lee Sin's main strength, and they were able to come out on top. So now if I'm Canyon, I want to be playing for my bot side, take the camps, Wolf into Gromp, into blue, and then immediately move if there's any skirmish happening. I have a lead, I want to make use of it, and you can see that she's being really efficient, clearing wolves onto the Gromp. Nothing to really talk about here, but we're gonna see that he's gonna prioritize playing for bot side, of course, because Warwick is going to do the same. We're probably gonna see him roam all around the map like later on. But you can see like where his eyes are, and if I'm Canyon here, I would be ganking mid. Syndra is extremely overextended, as Syndra there's no way he should be overextending all that much against Ahri specifically. And he's gonna slow the Syndra down. Syndra was locked in place by using her ulti and her spells, so they're gonna come out on top with this. Oh wow, okay, he doubles onto the Ahri and reads the Warwick perfectly. Smites the cannon, not the minion, but wasn't able to hit the Q, and you can see that blue team is extremely tilted from that, because they did win the fight like 2 versus 3. He played that perfectly, was able to block Warwick, was able to slow the Syndra and just kill the Viego in return. Ahri did play that perfectly as well. So now he's gonna look at bot side. I'm not a big fan of that play. Warwick completely trolls it, by the way. So they do kill the Samira here, but if I'm Canyon here, I want to skate out as fast as possible, because Viego is not gonna die here. He has tab eyes, and yeah, he wants to avoid getting CC locked here. Viego W into Syndra EQ, and that's exactly what he's gonna be doing. Syndra doesn't reach him. Wait, Syndra literally missed her EQ. Okay. Well, they do get a lot from this. I think red team is in a beautiful spot here. 5k gold lead already, 4k precisely, but they have like an insane lead, especially as Lee Sin. This is exactly the type of game that you want to be having. One thing I gotta notice though is that you do not want to be rushing like Sunder Sky as Lee Sin. Right now there's a build going around made by my friend Zilrai, which is Shojin Rush into Black Cleaver, provides a lot of ability haste, resistances, AD, especially because right now like ability haste is a luxury, so having a lot of ability haste and not having to go like Lucidi Boots, because now Lucidi Boots only gives you like 10 ability haste, and that's really bad to be honest, because you're paying a lot of gold for it. So he's looking at the map here and he wants to make more plays happen. He sees Syndra. He knows that Syndra still has flash, but she's still too overextended. She does use flash. He's gonna use his Q here with the CC. He does decide to go in. This is a really bad play that turned out to be really good. So I'm gonna explain why it's a really bad play. Obviously, like, giving a 700 gold shutdown to them is extremely bad, but Rakan takes both of the kills, so he was extremely lucky that Rakan got 2 kills. That was just luck. I mean, the thing is, like, when you have a lead, especially like such a huge lead like Canyon had, you're giving away way too much gold for the enemy team, like whenever you try to make a play happen. So I'm not sure why Canyon went in here, but it ended up working out perfectly. He still got a Syndra kill on it, so it's not that bad. If I was Canyon here, I would go for the Syndra. Rel is also playing around the Canyon a lot, so they're able to make great plays happen. Rel CC lock into Lee Sin Q. And there's absolutely no way Syndra can do anything. She's still dead here. She can't run away. She doesn't have flash, so she's just screwed. Okay, Rel ulti was probably a little bit too much of an overkill, but they're still gonna get the kill onto the Syndra. So now they're just gonna push the wave and take the tower. And they can finally play for the new Drake. Again, really bad play from the Syndra here. She should never ever be overextending all that much, especially because Drake is up. Like, Viego sure is gonna play for Void Grubs, but it's not a good play. I assumed like Syndra thought that Canyon would go on Void Grubs, but if I'm Canyon here, I will prioritize going for Infernal Drake, just because I have 1 Drake and that puts me on 2 Drakes, and 2 because it's Infernal Drake, which is going to make me snowball like even further, right? And now they're all low HP and they're on recalls. You can see Xayah recalling, so this Drake is absolutely free. They also have vision on the Xayah recalling, so Ahri is gonna punish that as well. Putting a little bit of a dent in Xayah's tempo. And Rel is just chilling here. Not sure why, but she is. Oh yeah, for the W. Never mind. I mean, this poor Syndra, man. Like, I don't get it, bro. Like, she knows for a fact Lee Sin is 100% taking a Drake, because if you're a good jungler, obviously you're gonna trade like objectives. I was assuming that Rel would just be staying here to cover for Drake, but yeah, the W was fairly smart. Alright, well now we have like an insane lead. Although I gotta say though, like the Samir is hard trolling with this build, and not only that, but her lead as well. Like, Hubris against that team is really bad, obviously, because 1, you know for a fact Rakan, Viego, and Warwick can stack armor, and 2, lethality is only good if you know for a fact you're going to be hard snowballing, and those are not the type of champions you know you can hard snowball against. And she already died 2 times while having like an 8-2 lead. She's playing still extremely aggressive. I'm sure Canyon is noticing that, so he wants to make sure that she doesn't die. Warwick is doing a little bit of Warwick things. He does die and gives the gold to the Nard though. That's funny. But anyways, now that you had like a huge lead, we have prio on all objectives. So obviously we're gonna be playing for Herald. Goes a little bit deep though. I would not be placing this control ward, especially because, you know, you want to be keeping your wards and control wards for more important scenarios, especially insects, right? So he does decide to go for Herald, and we can see that they're all moving towards bot side. Like, if you're ahead, please don't make these plays. Like, there's one objective on the map, which is obviously Herald, and you're just picking out like random fights. This is never ever gonna turn out in your favor, because even if you do win the fight, chances are it's still a 50-50, and Samira does die, because obviously it's a 2 versus 3. And now it's gonna turn into a 2 versus 4. So now it's like a 1 for 2. It's a really bad outcome. You have a lead, you want to keep it. Don't make like random plays like that, because it's extremely coin flip. And you can see that Canyon is playing the macro well, right? Going for Herald. taking towers, taking minions. This is exactly what you want to be doing. He's not going for coin flip plays. And now he's going to go towards the Warwick. Never mind, he's going to crush onto the tower. Drunk Driver. He wants to go for the Xayah. I assume he just wants to blow Xayah R, because there's absolutely no way Xayah is going to die here. She doesn't have R though. Just gonna push waves. He's probably gonna look for a recall here, because he's most likely has his Black Cleaver, so he's just gonna do reds into Krugs, and he's gonna wait for Syndra to overextend. Because now we know that Syndra overextends a lot, so chances are she is going to overextend, as she is just looking at the tower being low and not really paying attention. So yep, she's gonna do it again. Well, that's gonna be free gold for Canyon. Thank you very much. And have a nice day. I mean, she does get 300 gold, but I mean, bro. she's just like giving more gold to the enemy team, I guess. Thank you for this. So now they have like a pretty good lead, although I gotta say that Samira is throwing very, very hard here. She had an insane lead, and not only that... Okay, thank you very much for that. Anyways, Samira had a huge lead, and not only this, but she's going full lethality, and again, she's going for tab eyes, which, I mean, against their team, like, you want to be going Merc Treads, right? Rakan, Syndra, Viego Lock, and as well as Warwick R, which Merc Treads I don't think works against Warwick R, but does work against Sphere. So she's completely trolling, actually, but it's fine. Let's see what's gonna happen here. So now, because you're ahead, you want to make sure that you take the rel and you hold her hand so that she can put vision around Drake. So Canyon knows this, obviously, and he wants to put some vision like around Drake, but no one is here for some reason. So right now, Rakan is obviously not trying to fight. They're not trying to fight the Rakan. They're going to find Warwick being mega overextended. He's just gonna run away with Ghost, which is fine. So now they do have vision around Drake, and they want to make sure they get one target off. But this is like such a bad spot to be in, right? Because we have Rel all the way at the top here, Ari is super far behind, and we have Samira that's completely alone, with Nar also being alone, right? So now they can just put their focus on the bot side, and they know that Rel and Ari are top side, so even if they're behind, chances are they're gonna win the team fight. And that's exactly what's going to be happening here. They're 3 versus 4. Samira has no peeling. Rel is so far away. And they're all going to get punished. Like, super bad positioning, like on a team fight. And this, like, this right here is the importance of, like, vision around objectives, right? Especially when you know that a Drake is going to be happening, like, very soon. Like, you want to set up vision. You want to set up people to scout ahead to see if there's anyone just cheesing like around the Drake. And just because they didn't do this, they're gonna throw away not only the Drake but gold, and Samira is gonna die once again. So Lee Sin tries to go for the blue. Lee Sin / Canyon. Not a bad play. Oh, but Viego is right around here, so he needs to dip here. There's no way he's gonna 1v1 the Viego. Like, it's not even gonna be close. I don't even know why Canyon is trying to 1v1 here. Yeah, I mean, bro, that honestly like looked close, but it wasn't even close. One, he didn't have R. Two, Viego has armor, tab eyes. There's no way he ever wins that, and he is level 11, Canyon being level 10, there's absolutely no way he missed the 1v1 here. Super troll play. But sorry, maybe Canyon had a different idea, who knows. Okay. Syndra is starting to demolish the R here though. Syndra OP, question mark? No, I'm joking. Anyways, back onto the recall here. So at this point, you know, like, it's really interesting because we had a really rough early game, and he was able to display like how to counter that by playing very smartly. But now, after that, they got a lead, and they were able to keep that lead for a very long time. but Samira gave like a few kills here and there. She was 8-2 and now she's 9-6, and now they're slowly coming back onto the game. Good news is that we do have 2 Drakes and we still have the gold lead, but yeah, the game is slowly turning into blue team's favor. Oh, this is gonna be the freeze kill of all time. Never mind, Kenya's gonna miss his Q. Don't miss the Q this time. Oh, he's gonna miss it again. Alright. Even the best jungler in the world misses Qs, I guess. That was point blank though, I'm not gonna lie. So now everyone is bot side, so they can divert their attention by starting Baron. There's absolutely no way they're gonna take Baron, right? Unless, they don't have enough damage. Like, Xayah is not showing up on the map, so she's most likely gonna go to Baron immediately. Yep, there she is. She's going way too deep though. Does use R, but not really sure what the point of that was. Like, as Xayah here, yeah, sure, you want to stop them doing Baron, but you want to play like extremely patiently here, because it's Gnar, it's Lee Sin, they can jump on you. Like, even the Gnar had flash, so if you go too deep, like, you will die. I know she probably thought she was Kumayusi or something. But now they know that Xayah doesn't have flash, doesn't have barrier, so she is going to be like a high priority target next fight. That's the good news. So now the game is really 50-50. Even though Xayah died, they do have the summoner spell advantage, right? Especially like on Canyon, he's gonna have his flashback. We know that Xayah doesn't have flash, so they're gonna be able to punish that. But now everyone is going to be playing around Baron a lot. And Warwick is doing some Warwick things once again. Rel is getting really low HP though. And they're gonna chase that for sure. They're gonna blow summoner spells for this. Syndra gets a beautiful stun. They charm the Rakan. They may be able to... Yep. They punish the Rakan. So now that Rakan is dead, they can probably force vision around Baron. But instead, Rel decides to completely throw. Okay. Like, why are we even doing this? I don't get it. Like, we just got Rakan, which is a huge threat to their team, right? Because a lot of CC, a lot of peeling, a lot of X and Y, and then Rel, instead of just going around Baron, setting up vision for the future, especially with that kill, they get such high tempo on Baron. She decides to just engage onto one person and fails. Not only does she fail the engage, she blows her flash, and she dies. So it's like terrible, terrible. And they do decide to go for Lee Sin here, but this is such a bad fight from Viego though. And he waits on the Q for the execute damage and was able to finish the Viego as well. And now in return, they're even gonna get Baron. What is actually happening in this game? Like, it keeps switching towards blue team is coming back in the game, red team is doing like a good play and they're able to come back in the game. So now they bait everyone to Baron, they're able to kill the Syndra. Xayah doesn't have flash, so it's just free. You know, they for sure get Baron. I mean, like, that fight, I want to look back at it because it's super troll for the Viego to go there, right? Because we only know that Viego is here, right? But Warwick is level 12, he's extremely behind. This guy has nothing, literally nothing. There's no way he's going to be able to ever kill the Arya or Lee Sin here, even if he has R, which he doesn't, by the way. And Viego decides to go in, which the only choice for Canyon here is to reposition onto the Ahri. He knows that his entire team is just waiting around. Ahri gets a beautiful charm. Canyon gets the Q off on the Viego right before, and he waits until the very last second to Q and execute. And then obviously, like, that fight after Baron was just the cherry on top of the cake. And now they're able to get a huge and massive advantage, so they can finally play for the other dragon, which they should be doing ASAP, because chances are Viego is running towards it. And you can see that he just popped the vision cone. Warwick does not go for Drake immediately, which is very interesting, because they would have more than enough time to do Drake if Warwick came like immediately, which he doesn't. And they're not. Oh my god. Like, this review is like amazing, because if Warwick came onto Drake like even 1 second earlier, they would have gotten the Drake. But because he didn't do this, by the way, they were able to steal the Drake from them. So I mean, like this is a terrible play from the Warwick. Rakan dies as well, and Ari even kills the Viego. They can probably like end the game from that. It's gonna be like super close, but wave is a little bit too far away, but they can definitely get in it from this. I just think like the macro decisions like coming from both teams is like very weird. I think the macro from Canyon is mostly like well played. There's like 1 or 2 instances where he could have done things like a little bit differently, but overall like he's playing extremely well. He can definitely get in here. Like here, I really hope that they're not gonna force a play here, because like here I see that there's a lot of time left onto the game, right? And if they do decide to throw away their lead by going for some hero play here, like blue team's gonna be able to come back in the game, and I see that way too often where people have like such a huge lead, Baron buff, 3 Drakes and all that stuff, and they just like try to brute force the end of the game. No, Canyon, don't do it. Don't do it, please. No. No. Oh my god. Out of all people, I wouldn't expect Canyon to troll the game here. I can't believe it. Because the problem, right, is that if Canyon decides to go in here, 100% they lose the fight, because not only is he under 2 turrets, but Viego is going to be able to get a reset, and he is still really tanky, so he's going to get the Lee Sin reset, and then he's going to be able to re-engage. Gnar, even if he goes in, is not going to be able to burst down targets. They can't really follow that play. Samira is still fed, but they do have ways to counter the Samira engage. So I mean, oh wait, that was insane by the Ahri, by the way. That instant recall, very smart play. That was the first smart play we've seen. Second. The early Canyon thing was great. Another ad. A little McDonald's ad. Why not? But anyways, out of all people, I really didn't expect Canyon to just troll the game here. Xayah was able to react to Lee Sin R, so that was really well played by her, but in general, this was not a risk you should take. Like, you have 3 Drakes, you have Baron buff, you have so much gold, you're able to get 2-3 shutdowns, you're able to get inhib. Just be patient here. You don't need to like brute force the game like he did. But this was the first terrible play from Canyon, to be honest. But yeah, let's keep on watching. So now the game is, I would say, like slightly in Red's favor, because they do have like all those Drakes, but they did give like a lot of gold away to blue team, which is sad, obviously, because now they're going to be able to come back in the game. Syndra is level 15, so she's fairly strong, and she's going to be like a core member of their team. She's doing a lot of damage right now. So decides to go for the Samira here. So she gets chonked down like really hard by the Samira. And Samira should back here. And she doesn't back. Well, I don't know what Samira is doing, I'm not gonna lie. See, this is exactly what I was talking about. Because they tried to brute force the end of the game, now they got some gold back and they were able to buy some items and they got some levels as well. And now, like, one small mistake, again from the same person, which is Samira, they're able to come back in the game, and they can probably even get inhib if they played well. They do have like a love wave clear with Ahri, but still a really terrible play. Syndra deals a ridiculous amount of damage right now. They don't have a lot of magic resist apart from a little bit of HP stacking, Sterox and 2 Merc Treads, right? But it's not enough to deal with Syndra's damage. She is farming fairly well, right? She has 10 CS per minute, so she has a lot of stacks. Alright, so now Drake is coming up. Right now, like, I want to see everyone and their families and their dogs and their fishes, like, around Drake's start to set up vision. Again, same thing over and over again. especially when we're ahead, and right now we are. We want to play for the soul, we want to end the game ASAP. Kenyon tries to go really deep to try to look for a flank angle. He wasn't successful at finding anyone, but he was able to clear control ward. So now they really need to play as a team. And we're gonna be seeing like a team fight fairly soon. So they do decide to go for the Drake here. And I really hope they don't make the same mistake. Look, Nar keeps going like for waves for absolutely no reason. Wave is pushing towards blue team here, so there's no reason for Nar to go bot side here. He wants to go for the team fight, so no idea why he's going for this. And Rel is trying to look for an angle. Rakan tries to go for the Ahri. And Warwick gets 4 people fear. Nar is finally like in a team fight and he's stacking. Samira does kill 2 people, so it's nice. They're gonna re-engage. Syndra overextends like a little bit too much, and they're able to kill everyone, and I guess they're just gonna be able to end the game. What was that, by the way? I have a hard time believing this is like Grandmaster Challenger. Love you, I'm not gonna lie. But they're able to kill everyone, and they're most likely gonna kill Xayah as well. Yeah, we're gonna talk about the team fight here because it was extremely troll. So let's rewatch it again because honestly I don't understand. First things first, we have Rakan here, and obviously like Ahri overextends because she wants to bait the Rakan to engage. She has R. Second, no idea why Nar is all the way bot side. It's completely troll. You don't want to do that, especially because the wave is pushing into blue team. So there's no reason for him to go bot side, especially with Soul coming up. And last but not least, what was this Rakan engage, by the way? Because here, if you look at the minimap, you can see that Vigo is all the way behind. You can see that Syndra is fairly far. Xayah is not in range to auto-attack at all. So you can see that everyone is really far away. Vigo is still around here. And now Samira can just freely stack her passive as well because she's not in threat. Warwick does ulti, but Rel was able to play very well. Canyon foresaw that, I'm pretty sure. He stayed behind the rail to make sure he wasn't getting ulted by the Warwick. And then they decide to completely brute force, like Viego just decided to ult in. So this was beautiful by the Warwick, by the way, with the 4 fear, right? But Canyon decides to go on the ADC to blow the ult, he Rs. Samir was able to stack the passive, Nar was completely useless, and then they're able to engage back in. But Syndra, like for some reason, like she's going melee range into Nar, Ahri, Samira, and Lee Sin, and she dies in return. And I guess after this, they're just gonna end the game. Yep. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like this is just terrible gameplay. I would say like the three people that trolled the most, definitely like 1 Warwick, 2 Samira, and Nar like trolled on certain occasions, but I still think, you know, like a lot of them didn't play really well, especially like macro-wise. Gets the R onto the Xayah, she's able to blow flash, ulti, sorry, and they're just able to finish them off very easily. And then they finally end the game. Alright, all in all, like, pretty interesting game. Like, what we can take from this is how to play around like early invades. 1, 2, how to keep your lead. 3, how to not troll the game. And 4, like the team fighting, like especially like arriving like in the late game. Still think there was a little bit too much of micro mistakes, especially like in E-West Grandmaster / Challenger. Like Nar just dipping from the team fight, Rakan just engaging when there's like no one nearby, and the positioning from Syndra was like absolutely abysmal. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.